So today is going to be an educational stream, and the way that I'm going to go ahead and do that is I will be playing on the ladder. I'll kind of be talking through what I'm thinking in the early game just to give you an idea of what I'm probably going to go for, and if that changes, I'll try to mention it. And then after the game, win or lose, going to go into the replay and find what I did wrong, and show you the way that I like to look at that personally. Because even though it might be a late game move that straight up loses the game, normally you can find earlier mistakes that made it get to a point where you could lose the game through later moves, things like that. I'll be playing, safe openings for the most part. Anyways, enough of that. It is a Protoss player on Python. Okay.
I read you. Affirmative.
So, Python, let's talk about the map a little bit, just to start, to let you know where my mind's at. So Python, extremely difficult to take third bases here, as Terran. So if there is any sort of opening for me to do damage or kill him when I'm on two bases, that's going to be exactly what I go for. A lot of Protoss is cheese here, which I don't really understand. I feel like I get cheese here a lot. I guess I haven't taken the statistics. Hey, thank you for the donation. I'll read that message afterwards. Anyways, I don't know why Protoss would ever cheese here, because, like, the Protoss third base is not that hard to get, and the Terran is. So it's like, if you just play kind of a safe game here as Protoss, I feel like it's a very good map for PvT. So hopefully he doesn't do that. Hopefully he either gets aggressive and I can smash it, or he gets greedy and I can smash it. And other than that, it becomes kind of a difficult game, because your safest base is a mineral-only base that you can take, which is actually really far away from your natural. The gas base is way too far away. There's a possibility I will tech into dropships to take that back island, because it is that difficult. We'll see. Dropship play can be okay here, especially if they're taking the mineral base. So anyways, that's just kind of some of the thoughts in my head right now. First game of the day is going to count today. It normally doesn't, as you guys are well aware, and it shouldn't normally, but since it's an educational stream, I'll put in the effort. There will be no excuses today. Can't be doing that when you're trying to learn. Excuses are for the lazy days, which are most of the days. Alright, so I generally scout on 13. There comes the probe, so I assume he's here or here.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Roger that. SCV good to go, sir. Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Of course, there is a possibility that he scouted close by air spots first. That's fine, whatever.
Right away, sir. Order scouter. Reporting for duty.
Aha, okay. So, see exactly what he's doing. He'll be rallying some zealots into me. So he's playing aggressive. It's not, I don't want to call it cheesy,
Yes, sir.
but definitely an aggressive opener.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Not enough minerals.
Right away, sir. Affirmative.
So I'm placing that really close. I'm going to focus on getting some Marines out. My Sim City is very, very good for holding on against Zealots.
Not enough
Yes,
minerals.
sir. Affirmative. Orders received. I'm finished.
Not enough
One
minerals.
thing that comes to my mind is I'm bad at microing against Zealots while maintaining my SCV in my opponent's space. So I'm kind of hiding that for now.
SCV good to go, sir.
Back this up.
Read you.
Give me some of this
There
shit.
comes the first Zealot.
Go.
Poke it a little bit.
Rock and roll. Give me some of this shit.
There we
Let's
go.
move. You want a
Yeah,
piece of
get
me?
there.
Let's move.
Order scouter. Roger that. Affirmative. Report
Turn it up and good to go. Give me some of this shit. Rock and roll.
SCV good to go, sir.
Rock and roll. Rock and roll. Standing by.
Yes, sir. Job finished. Roger
Jacked
that.
up and good to go. Commander, let's move.
Oh! What's up?
Right away, sir.
Standing by.
Oh,
Go, go,
okay.
go. Rock and roll.
I read
Very,
you.
very sloppy.
Yes, sir.
Give me some of this shit.
SCV good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply
Give me
depots
some of this
required.
shit. Go, go, go. Commander. Rock and roll. Go, go, go. Commander.
Let's stick these 2 bruised Marines up in here.
Add-on complete. Additional supply depots required. Insufficient Vespine gas.
Let's move. Rock and roll.
I'm gonna use the move command and try to get him in there.
Give
There
me
we go.
something to shoot.
Okay,
Your
so
forces are under attack.
I read you. Orders, Captain?
Jacked up and good to go. Let's move. Outstanding.
Reporting for duty.
Jacked up and good to go. Outstanding.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
Standing by. Let's move.
I read you.
Additional supply depots required.
Reporting for duty.
alright, so this is all basically hell at
Additional
this point.
supply depots required.
I've seen a robo. I didn't see what that was.
Standing by.
Orders, Captain? Orders, Captain? I read you.
Not
Orders
enough
received.
So I'm
minerals.
just gonna go in Academy.
Commander,
SCV good to go,
let's
sir.
move. Outstanding. Let's move.
Yes, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Orders, Captain?
Not enough minerals.
I'm getting Siege instead of Mines. He already has 2 Zealots. So the Zealots basically, if I make Mines as a defense against like PTs or whatever, or even Dragoons, Zealots can drag a bunch of Mines before they die. And you can't really target them down, so you can't get too close. So I'm just going to go Siege, and I'll get turrets relatively quickly.
Reporting for duty.
Just to be
Roger
safe.
that. Right away, sir.
Base is under attack.
Commander.
I read you. Right away, sir.
Second factory.
SCV good to go, sir. Ready to roll out. Reporting for duty. Moving.
Research complete.
I read you. Job's finished. Job's finished. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Orders received. Affirmative.
Add-on complete.
Orders received.
Make a single medic.
Landing sequence interrupted.
I read you. Reporting for duty.
Give me something to shoot. Commander.
I read you. Job reporting for duty. Job finished. Orders, Captain. Orders, Captain. I can't feel that. Orders received. Orders, Captain. SCV good to go, sir.
Destination proceeding.
Yes, sir.
Add-on complete.
As my turret is almost finished, I'll hit scan. Reaver. Okay.
SCV good to go, sir.
Shit.
Job finished. Job finished. Job finished.
Orders, sir.
Did someone page me?
Orders, Captain. I read you.
Add-on
Okay,
complete.
so I'm pretty good shape. I didn't see if the Reaver died. I didn't hear a Reaver death, so I'm not 100% sure if it died.
Destination.
Did someone page me?
Yes, sir.
Did someone page me?
SCV good to go, sir.
Need medical attention?
Destination moving. Absolutely.
Orders, Captain. SCV
So
good to
he's
go,
gone early aggression and did 0.
Yes, sir.
I made a lot of Marines to defend it, so I have like a nice little force there. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit 4 facts, see if he's taking expands.
Ready to roll out.
Not enough
Good to go,
minerals.
sir. Reporting for duty. Roger that.
Not enough
Orders,
minerals.
Captain. Reporting for duty.
Identify target.
Yes,
It's
sir.
kind of spreading out. There's no way he can bust me at this point with anything, so I can spread my tanks out very defensively.
Reporting for duty. Yes, sir. Reporting for duty. Roger that.
In my main base, that is. I don't need everything in the front, basically.
Roger that. Yes,
Ready to
sir.
roll out.
Affirmative.
Orders,
Not
sir.
enough
Good to go,
minerals.
sir. Job finished. Yes,
Not
sir.
enough minerals.
Job finished. Good to go,
Additional
sir.
supply
Job finished.
depots required.
Orders, Captain. Right away, sir. Orders
There.
received. Reporting for duty.
Not enough minerals.
Reporting for duty. Job affirmative. Reporting for duty. Job finished. I read you.
Base is under attack.
Destination
Job finished. Orders, Scout. Job finished. SCV good to go, sir. Roger that.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I'm trying to skimp on turrets a little bit here so I can get a few more units out.
Job finished.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go,
Reaver.
sir.
He hasn't taken his third, it looks like. So I might not be able to attack.
Yes, sir.
If he hasn't taken his third, you can't do any four-fact shit. Okay, there goes the probe right now.
Job finished. All right. Orders, Scout.
Go ahead.
Job finished. SCV good to go, sir.
Let's actually check back here. Check here. Okay, yeah, he hasn't played too greedily here, so I should just make him the command center. It's kind of annoying. I really, as I was saying before, I prefer to try to kill people early on this map.
Research and forces are under attack.
Going. I dig.
SCV good to go, sir.
Not enough
Roger
minerals.
that.
Something on your mind? Yeah, I'm
Yes,
going.
sir. Right away,
Your
sir.
forces are under attack.
Oh, is that it?
Now just killing this probe slows down his third base a lot.
I reach
Kinda
it,
nice.
sir. I reach it, sir.
I read you. Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
See if I can catch the next probe. Looks like he sent his units mostly away. He still doesn't have Zealot speed, that's...
Order, Scout.
Yeah, I'm going.
Your forces are under attack.
See.
I reach it, sir.
Oh, nope.
I dig.
Can't catch it.
Good to go, sir.
There it is.
I'm going. No problem.
So that's like so annoying for Protoss. It's like
I read you.
Yeah, I'm going.
they hate that.
No problem. What do you
Good to
want?
go, sir. Affirmative. Right away, sir. Orders received.
What do you
Not enough
want?
minerals.
No problem.
Reported for duty.
I reach it, sir.
Job finished.
I dig.
Reported for duty. Job
Orders,
finished.
sir. Destination. All right. Bring it
Orders
on.
received. Right away, sir. I can't feel reported for duty. Yes,
Should
sir.
have started those upgrades a little bit earlier.
I reach it, sir. Yes, sir.
State the nature of your medical emergency.
Yes, sir. Job finished.
Ready to roll out. Yes, sir. Eli did something on your mind.
Your forces are under
I
attack.
reach it, sir.
Job finished.
Yeah, I'm going. No problem. All right. Bring it on. Yes, sir. Orders,
Job
sir.
finished. Yes, sir.
What do you want? No problem.
Job finished. Job finished.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Bring it on.
Orders, Captain.
Identify
Build
target.
it.
Rosie.
Landing sequence interrupted.
Eli did too, sir.
State the nature of your medical
I
emergency.
dig.
Job
I
finished.
reach it, sir.
Did someone pay me?
I read you. I can't build there.
Yeah? What do you want?
Reporting for duty. Orders, Captain. Yes, sir.
Something on your mind? What do you want?
Okay, so I just gotta be a little bit careful. He's sitting up there.
Sir. Orders, sir. Yeah? Identify target.
I read you.
What do
Don't
you
want to lose his
want?
command center.
Identify target.
He might have one shot to kill him.
Complete.
I land it too quick.
Rosie.
Captain, build there.
Rosie. Yes, sir. All right. Bring it on.
Your forces are under attack.
Oops.
I reach it, sir. What do you want? Orders, sir.
Job
Move it.
finished. Orders, Captain. I read you.
I reach it,
I
sir.
read you. Reporting for duty.
Not
Right away,
enough
sir.
minerals.
Orders received.
All right.
Additional supply depots required.
Destination. What do you want?
Reporting for duty.
Something on
Your
your
forces
mind?
are under attack.
What do you want?
under attack. Upgrade complete.
So, okay, that was super duper straightforward. I know I want to analyze every replay and I'll go into that, but it's going to be like, I mean, I don't play perfect, but strategically I'm basically 100% happy with my play. Obviously my macro can be a bit better. I should start my upgrades a little bit quicker because the armies were done for like a minute before I started them. But here, we'll jump in. Maybe I can go over slightly why that was such an easy game. Hey, the emote's up. Sick. Okay, so let's just fast forward this a little bit. Okay, so I mean, this is a fine build order that he's doing, and he got good spots for it because the travel distance between these two spots is the quickest on the map. So it's like it's a good build he's doing, but I scout close spawns first on purpose so I can find the most dangerous things that can occur. Early game, the most dangerous thing that can occur is coming from the closest spot because it's by ground. A little bit later, the most dangerous thing that can occur is from over here because it's close by shuttle distance, right? But he can't get a shuttle too quickly. So the most scary thing would be something like this or gates in the center. So I scout here most quickly. That's why my factory is so close right here, right? This building placement, he can't really do anything against this. Like if I had poor building placement, maybe he could get damage done, but as is, like I don't think I lost even an SCV to this. See, it's all held. Take my time to make my command center. The thing is, he's making all those units, so I know I can just make a later command center. I can just make units. Something that I've mentioned before that is an important lesson about TVP, for instance. I can make siege tanks. I can make lots of siege tanks. They scale really well throughout the game. This is my in-game unit. The more I have, the better, as long as I'm not losing them. There's like no detriment to having more siege tanks. So making these early on is a more valuable play than making Dragoons early on. You want to make enough Dragoons to either stay safe or do damage, right? Those are the two numbers. And if I keep him right in that area where, like, for instance, he's trying to do damage this game, but he's unable to. So I can do things like delay my command center. All my shit is scaling way better. My Marines don't scale particularly well, but if someone's playing cheesy, just have the Marines. They're going to be really useful. You're going to make sure you're not losing tanks. So see, he's made all these units. Are these things getting better right now? No. Is this getting better? Yeah. So I didn't actually know he was going one base Reaver this game. Okay, so that was actually a pylon. I think I just assumed that that he was going two base Reaver. So there's his Nexus. He starts his Nexus like around when I'm landing this, so I'm already way ahead. Obviously I defended, right? You blindly get a turret, a couple turrets, in my opinion. Like, I mean, if you're playing it against Bisu, maybe you want to take the chance, or someone way better than you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you might want to take a chance. Well, to be honest, even people that are better than you, everyone makes so many mistakes in StarCraft. Something like two turrets is going to block observers, block DTs, help you against Reavers. It's useful. It's very rare that there is a game where I don't make two turrets against Protoss early on. Like, if I have full scouting intel, I'll skip it. Otherwise, it just makes sense. Anyways, here, because he's been going Reaver, he's got no actual damage done as of yet. I already had to make all these Marines, right? And I know that his units aren't scaling well. I know he has two slow Zealots that are damaged. I know that he's made some Dragoons. He has a damaged shuttle and stuff. I'm like, well, let's go up to 4-fact. Because if he's taking two bases right now, my 4-fact can kill one of them. Of course, that's something you have to scout for. Once again, no real damage. build a turret there. See, I was trying to skimp as much as possible so I can actually afford units. You gotta build a lot of depots to do 4 facts. I have enough siege tanks at this point, right? Like, I want to get aggressive, so 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 siege tanks. That's more than enough for a 4-fact push. So I switch into vultures for a little bit, and that actually makes my gas bank up, which is why I'll add 2 armories later. This is kind of my own stylistic thing that I do pretty often. Some people like to continually build siege tanks. I like to get a good amount of vultures in there. I feel like it gives me a bit of flexibility. You know, they're good against zealots, and you know what vultures are. But yeah, anyways, it generally makes my gas go up. Most Terrans start 1 armory and get the second one while science facility's going, but because I do this, and a lot of times I don't fix my gas, like if you're doing a 4-fact, you'll probably just want to, as you start your upgrades, right? So as you're hitting your tanks, and then you start mines and speed, you can pull your SCVs off gas, and you're actually going to have a better mineral economy to do this. But then you got to remember to put it back on later. Sometimes I just straight up don't do that, even if I think about it, and sometimes I forget about it and stuff. So one way I like to fix that is the double armory that you saw a little bit later on. Anyways, this SCV, so here's what happened here. This SCV I sent out a little bit earlier, right? I had these tanks in siege mode, so I figured the units had to be at least this far back when I sent them out. I sent them to the top first. I'm just checking for sneak expansions at that point. I don't think he has them. If he does, I'm going to kill him anyways, but I may as well check. And I rotate him through and send him here. Now, when I saw that a probe was on the way, I started a depot. That's because I'm sending out my vultures to kill the probe. I don't even care if I lose these. It's worth 3 vultures to kill this probe. Just for him to send another probe, the travel distance, the travel time, it's so long. Look, once I kill this, he has to grab a probe. Has to walk all this way. Holy crap, that's forever. See, I get up there, kill the probe. Let's find his other probe. So I know he should be sending another probe immediately, right? That's why I have more vultures sent out already. There's the probe. It's already left its base. Slow it down a little bit. I'm looking for it. There we go. We catch it again. Now he has to send out another probe. Where's that probe, right? He's still chasing these 2. He's microing some Reavers. Where's the probe? Where's the probe? Look how long this has taken him to get his 3rd base. The amount of time that he has lost. Where's his probe? He just hasn't made it. He hasn't sent it out. Guy is so screwed. I want to show just how powerful it is to catch probes. Hold on. We gotta jump back. No, we gotta go forward. Okay, so this was coming directly up here to make the Nexus. Okay, the Nexus would be made right about now. 10:06. He was going to make a Nexus on 10:06, his 3rd Nexus, right? And of course, when I scout that there's no 3rd Nexus, I'm going to have to throw it on my 3rd command center. My 3rd base is suddenly quicker than his. I'm at an advantage. Okay, so 10:06. Let's fast forward it and just see when he gets a Nexus. Two minutes and 9 seconds later, he starts his Nexus. 2 minutes and 9 seconds. That is a fucking eternity. That is forever late. Anyways, at this point, like, I was basically 100% sure of my victory. Look at this. We've got the same supply. I've got so many siege tanks, double armory, lots of tech, quicker 3rd base. All of his early aggression did nothing. I mean, yeah, that was... Anyways, there you go. There's the analysis of that game.